So the whole idea of a take-two video is basically an excuse for me to get something out of the safe that I don't shoot very often or haven't shot in a long time, get it back out and make a new video and just sort of re-experience the gun and re-enjoy it and hopefully allow you to sort of re-appreciate it as well. And it's usually, because of that, it's usually a gun that I really, really like. Nothing exemplifies that better than the Springfield Armory TRP. Springfield Armory TRP is a gun that I've had for several years, and I think I've only shown it to you once before, and that's been a few years since I did that. And really, through no fault of its own, it's kind of been a safe queen. There's really no reason for it. I absolutely love this gun. It is fantastic. It shoots like a dream, as you would expect. It is everything that a 1911, especially any kind of a production 1911, should be, but it just doesn't get out that often. You know, I'm always busy with other new stuff or whatever. So today, getting a chance to get back out here with an old friend, the Springfield Armory TRP 1911, just about as good as you can get. The TRP came with, when I bought it, it came with the traditional 7-round magazines. 1911 was originally designed around a 7-round magazine. And I got, I think, 4 or 5 of them when I bought this gun. Springfield Armory is pretty well known for giving you a lot of gear when you buy your guns, especially magazines. And then they're always having specials and adding on top of that. But when I bought this one, I think I got, I want to say 5 magazines, which is really nice. So I'm going to start out with one of the Springfield Armory TRP 7-round magazines. I've got several of those with me. I've also got some Wilson Combats and Cobra mags and things like that. So we're going to run a variety of mags, variety of ammo, and I'm going to start out by shooting at the Tactical AR-500 steel target downrange, provided by Tactical AR-500, and I really, really appreciate that. All right, let's go after the flapper. TRP has a nice set of tritium night sights. And they are tightly cropped too, not a lot of airspace. But they're not the best daytime sights. That front sight is almost black. So for target shooting, competitive shooting, or combat in the daytime, I would prefer something a little more visible out front. Cobra mag, 8 rounds. TRP also has a nice mag well, makes it a little easier. Got a little funnel there to dump your mag into. Has wonderful G10 grips. TRP has about as tight a slide to frame fit as I have ever felt on a factory, factory gun, factory production gun. Usually you have to go to a custom house and pay a whole lot more before you're going to feel that kind of build. All right, let me see if I can get a hold of my sight picture here. Nope. All right, I think I got it. All right, let me just see if I can make a halfway decent group. I'm about 12 yards from that target. Got a fresh aim point. Got 2 magazines. One is a Cobra mag. That's the first one I've got in here, and the other is a Wilson Combat for all of you keeping notes at home. And I'm shooting a Remington, upper middle class, Remington UMC ammo. 230 grain ball. All right, magazine number 2, the Wilson Combat mag. Same ammo, Remington UMC. See if I can settle into it a little bit. This gun does have a bit of a 6 o'clock hold. Sight picture. All right, not bad. So as I had mentioned, when you buy a TRP or almost any gun from Springfield Armory, you get usually a lot of gear. When I bought this TRP, I got, like I say, 4 or 5 magazines with it. You also get a holster and a mag pouch and all that good stuff. So it's really kind of nice when you add all that into what you're paying for the gun, unless you don't need any of that stuff, in which case you just paid for something you didn't need, which is, something you have to consider. But I'm using the holster that came with it today because I like the TRP holster. I like the Springfield Armory holsters that they include. They're paddle style, so it's great to just slip on and off your belt. The 1911 TRP is pretty much the flagship handgun of the Springfield Armory, and rightfully so. Outside of getting something fancy from their custom shop, I think this is about as high up the ladder as you can go on their food chain. And it is a sweet, sweet pistol. The one complaint that some people have, and I won't fault them for it, is the very aggressive checkering on the front strap. I think it's about 20 lines per inch, and it is very pointy. Doesn't bother me today because I'm wearing gloves. but it can be a little bit brutal until your fingers callous up a little bit. TRP has a full-length guide rod, as you can see there. They have a sort of a hex head screw in the front that you have to loosen. Take it apart, it comes apart into sections when you take the gun down to clean it or do maintenance. I don't know, I don't really have any hard feelings either way. I'm not a good enough shooter or experienced enough to really know, but you know, there's always the debate about full-length guide rod versus the original John Browning designed short guide rod or half-length guide rod. John Moses didn't feel like the full-length guide rod was necessary, and I know a lot of people that share that sentiment. I also know a lot of really, really good pistol smiths that swear by the full-length guide rod and will tell you the gun's a lot more accurate. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a good enough shooter to prove or disprove any theory that has to do with accuracy. I had an opportunity to spend some range time one day with one of the supervisors of FBI SWAT team for one of the major cities here on the East Coast. And you know what he had on his hip? Springfield Armory. 1911. TRP. And that's his duty gun. So there's that. She's a tack driver. This gun is just a tack driver. So what else you want to know about the TRP before I'm done for the day? Because you know, here in Delaware, where I am, it's either raining or fixing to rain. Those are the only two conditions we have. And right now, it's fixing. Man, I could shoot this gun all day long. This thing is so nice. So nice. If I was going to improve something about this gun to make it a, you know, take it with me every time I leave the house type of gun, I would probably do something with the checkering on the front strap. You know, not that I can't handle it, especially if I shoot it enough and get some calluses on my fingers there, but it can be a little bit too abrasive. So I would probably dumb that down a little bit, make it not quite so pointy, just for lack of a better word. And I guess the only other thing I would change maybe would be the sights. They're good. They're very good quality sights. You know, with tritium, they didn't cheap out on the sights. They're Trigicon. They have great tritium inserts and all that, but they're just not. They're not a great quick acquisition sight. But they sure are a precision sight. So I don't know. But that front one's just a little too dark for me. Man. Tearing up that tactical AR 500 target downrange. Just whacking the heck out of it. All right, there you go. Take twos are supposed to be short, and I'm trying to keep them short. So thanks for joining me with this fresh look at the TRP. And thanks as always to all of my supporters on Patreon. You guys rock. And a special thanks to the associate producer level patrons on Patreon. You'll see their names before this video is over.